Hello. I'm going to talk a little bit about strumming and playing the chords of Buddy Holly songs. You may well have seen the performances I've done of four of his songs. I've made transcriptions and I've put them up on my website, jakerodrigues.com. Quite a few of you will probably be watching this because you're getting actual lessons from me in person. So anyway, what I want to talk about is, I guess, how Buddy Holly works. It's been really fun going and working out four of his songs, I guess his biggest hits, because you go back and you think you know something, and then when you play over it again, you realise how fresh and exciting it is. And that's really is true of Buddy Holly. He's right there at the beginning of sort of rock and roll, writing songs based on pretty much a 12-bar blues structure, which he's tweaked. And his enthusiasm and lack of cynicism, which you later get with rock and roll music, just sort of shines through. It's just absolutely brilliant. The songs are really straightforward, but they really work because he makes some fantastic choices with his music. Now, all of the songs are, we can count them in 4/4, sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in a sense, we can play along with Buddy Holly whatever level we are at playing. So I'm going to take you through a few levels. Okay, the first is basically playing fours, but you want to do a couple of things when you're playing Buddy Holly with fours. Okay, now the first thing is to try and get a skip at the end of the four. So we get, let me see, oh boy, let's have a look at that one. So, oh my love. So I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, 4. All my kissing, you don't know what. So that's just playing basic fours, okay? But what I want to do is add a little skip. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. Oh, when you're with me, oh boy. Can you hear that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And if you watch some of the footage of him playing on the Ed Sullivan Show, there are two guitarists. There's him and another chap. The other chap is pretty much doing that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and really keeping that steady. Okay, so that's playing fours. The other thing that you need to do when you're playing fours is really put an accent on the one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, getting that little skip on the 4 and helps that, but we've got all my love, all my kisses, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. Can you hear that? Okay, so that's the first thing that you're doing. Right, we can also play Buddy Holly songs with 8s, and that's if you watch him, and he's playing a sort of Fender Stratocaster on lots of recordings, if you watch him playing, he's often playing 8s, but he'll be adding little bits here and there. I'm going to show you what he's doing a lot of the time. Tends to play 8s in 2 different ways. I'm going to get Peggy Sue up here because that's the one I want to show it with. Okay, so here we go. So a 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and an 8's a sounding down up. So if you knew Peggy Sue, then you'd know how I will do, though, Peggy. So that's the basic 8, okay? Again, put accents on. If you knew Peggy Sue, then you'd know how I've been through. And what happens is, he tends to use the chord changes to put accents on as well. So where it changes, you put accents on. Right. So down up 8s, but he also does when we go into the bridge of Peggy Sue, for example. If you watch him on Ed Sullivan, what he does is he does 8 with just downstrokes. Classic rock and roll. Here we go. So, here we go. I'll show you what I mean. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy. And then we're back to the, okay? So, and then we're back to down, up, down, up, down. This is what happens on all of the songs when he's putting some accent on it. Okay, next thing he does. We've got 8, but what we're going to do is every now and then we're going to flick a sort of triplet into it. And what that sounds like is here. If you knew, so I've got the 8s going. Peggy Sue, and then you'll know how I've been to old Peggy. Can you hear that? So it's every now and then we've got a diddle-dum, diddle-dum, diddle-dum. Okay, if you knew Peggy Sue, and it comes just before the bit, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 diddle-dum, 2 and 4 and 4 diddle-dum, 1 2 and 3 and 4 diddle-dum, comes in like that. Okay, now let's bring in the drummer, the big elephant in the room, really, on the Buddy Holly recordings, especially on Peggy Sue. I forget his name. Oh God, I wish I could remember him. Such a good drummer, and he really is just rolling the drums. And I think it's playing sort of 12s, but we've got that going on. Now, if you've got a clever clogs and you're playing in a ukulele group, there's a clever clogs, or if you are a clever clogs, you can play that song with that rhythm. It's not what Buddy Holly does, but it gets the essence of the song. So you've got this. Here we go. If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know how I've been to old Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, girl, and I want you, Peggy Sue. Arms falling off, but I would, if it's me playing, I would alternate. When I play this song in a group, what I do is I try and react to the group. So if we're feeling confident about it, with people playing a good confident 4s and 8s, I'll then add that extra colour into it. So it really livens it off the page. Okay, now I've recorded 4 songs. Most of the time we can follow what's going on with the chords, but I've marked in a few places where you could sort of add some extra little bits just to make it sound, I guess, a little bit more Buddy Holly. I'm just trying to find which is the best song. Oh boy, yeah, that would be the right one to show you. Okay. So when you get to the end of a phrase or an end of a verse, what we can do is you can just stay on the root chord, on the A chord, until you go on to the next section. So oh boy, the world see that you were meant for me all my life. So that works okay. You're just keeping it going. But what you can do is, Buddy Holly, if you can play 3 chords when you can play 1, and you could do it easily, go for it. So you get to an end of a chord phrase, a chord section, like a verse or a chorus, and you can do this. Oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for A. And you can hear that that's deliberately done in Peggy Sue. You can actually make Peggy Sue simpler, okay, and take some of the chords out, but what really drives it is so we're just going through the gears of the chords to make it work. So that's just a little thing. If you feel like, oh, I can add an extra chord here, especially at the end of a phrase, go for it. Right, I'm going to do two last things. Go to Peggy Sue now, back again. same idea, adding on to the chords. What we can do is we've got, in the chorus, we've got a G, and we can add a sus4, and we can add, when we go to the C, we can add a sus4 to that. And so what it gives is it gives this sort of rising feel to it, to a solo section on the uke. Okay. Love you, Peggy Sue, doodle doo doo doo. So the idea of just those extra added chords on all the time. Right, I've got one more little thing of the 4 songs I want to show you. I haven't really talked much about Every Day, but it's just a matter of keeping it really smooth. I just wanted to get on to the last thing of the 4 songs I looked at. There's a little bit of a riff at the beginning of That'll Be the Day. I've done a sort of ukulele approximation of what's going on, because he's doing this a sort of classic blues riff. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I've put a tab at the top of the song sheet, but it's always good to just go through with it. I'll do it slowly, and then I'll try and do it at speed. So I start with an A, and then I go straight to an A at a different shape. And what I've done there is taken a G chord and moved it up 2 frets. Okay, I've got a G sound in there, so it's like an A7. So, and I've got my thumb anchoring on the C string. And then I pick on the 1 there, and then I move the 2. Keep the middle finger there. Move these 2 back, and then I lift that up. That middle finger, move those 2 down. A, E, E, E. Okay, so what's nice, if you can get it, is that, can you hear that? I've that 3 I slide into the 4. It's like an extra note. So doing it fast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Got it wrong actually. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's what's going on there. At the end of that, you get to E7. Instead of just going straight to D7, what you want to do is move down chromatically. So technically that's a G diminished, but it's not. You're making a journey from E7 to D7. That's what you'll hear. So just at speed. That'll be the day. Good luck. Hope you enjoy playing along with them, and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.